Hey team, I wanted to have a brief talk with you on having a breakthrough. And in this example, we're going to use our prep. We're going to use contest prep. So how do we have a breakthrough as a bodybuilder, as a physique athlete, bikini, figure, fitness, whatever it might be. So let's dive right in and look at our 6 human needs. So our 6 human needs are certainty. So our contest prep gives us certainty. We know if we do X, Y, and Z, then we're going to see a certain result. So it satisfies one of those human needs. Awesome. Second human need is uncertainty. Well, uncertainty is you never know what the next day is going to hold. You bring out your exercise app, you look at the programming, and the first thing you do in the morning is like, whoa, what's the workout like today? Or what am I going to eat today to fit my macros or whatever? So there's uncertainty. So that's getting satisfied. Significance. We are choosing to take it to the next level and be competitive athletes. With that comes significant. The show is huge. We roll out the red carpet for you as an athlete. Anyone that decides to say, hey, I am not just Mr. or Mrs. Dale. I am an athlete is satisfying a human need of significance. It's a great thing. Love. We wouldn't be doing and competing in this sport if we didn't have love, passion, and enthusiasm for it. We're also all surrounded by people who love us. So that's our 4th human need that is being met directly and indirectly through our prep. 5th, and this is what leads to the most joy, these next 2, according to psychologists, would be growth. Well, we're constantly growing through our prep. Sometimes we take 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 4 steps forward, 2 steps back, but we're constantly showing growth. And whenever we grow, we contribute, because when we grow, we get excited and we share that excitement with our kids, or we have more energy and we share that energy with our family, or we have better self-esteem. We love what we're seeing in the mirror and we love how we're feeling inside. We love that we're making good and we're following this process, and we share that with those people around us. So those are all awesome. This prep I just explained is satisfying all 6 of our human needs. That's not what we're talking about, though. We are talking about a breakthrough, all right? And there's a difference between growth and a breakthrough, okay? Because what I just described, especially at the end, was growth. Growth's an awesome thing. It's the spice of life. We have unlimited potential to grow. But the difference between growth and a breakthrough is growth is a conscious decision that feeds off action. All right, so it's a constant decision that feeds off action, and it's generally a slow and steady progress. We don't just grow into a promotion, but we do, just not overnight. Okay, so growth happens over time. All right, that's not a breakthrough. All right, a breakthrough requires complete disgust with an area that we are not happy with, or we know we can do better. All right. So in contest prep, it is an area, wherever it might be, of complete and utter disgust. That's the difference between growth and a breakthrough. Is a breakthrough spurs rapid growth, where normal growth is we grow over time. I'm a different man today than I was 10 years ago. When you have a breakthrough, you are so disgusted or unsatisfied with not living up to a certain potential that it's like all heck breaks loose and you experience rapid growth. So a breakthrough requires a ton of energy. It requires a ton of focus, and it requires a ton of determination. Disgust provides and sustains the energy necessary for that breakthrough to occur. Remember how I was talking about growth? The growth-driven mindset, which is an awesome mindset, is 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, half a step back, but you're constantly growing. A breakthrough, there's 0 step back. You are so disgusted with what stepping back, the place it would put you back, that you refuse to do it. Thomas Edison said, discontent is the first necessity of progress. So if we're trying to make rapid progress, we have to come from a place of complete and utter disgust that we will not go backwards if our life was dependent on it. That's the difference between growth and a breakthrough. So how, if we want to, okay, we all have different motivations for our contest prep. And for me, I've had breakthroughs in my life. I've had areas in my life where I was so disgusted. I remember one was when I got back to competing in 2003. I was so disgusted with how I let something occur in my body, how much body fat that I gained, that I had a breakthrough. And that was in 2003. All right, so some of you, this might not be relevant. You don't need a breakthrough in your prep. Okay, maybe it's somewhere else you need a breakthrough, or maybe you're cool growing. You don't need a breakthrough at all. But some of us, we might need to ask ourselves these questions to find our disgust, so that when we stand under those stage lights in November, or whatever show that we're doing, that there is no looking back with any regret whatsoever, period. So finding your disgust, how do you do it? 3 things. First, you got to get brutally honest. If you're not ready to be brutally honest with yourself, then forget it. And some questions that you can ask for brutal honesty: is this your best? All right. When I had my breakthrough in 2003, I look back, it was my best. Everything, I could not have done one thing different from a adherence standpoint to the workouts, to the energy I put into the workouts, the focus and determination. The reason for that is because I was coming from such a place of disgust. Are you being honest with yourself? So is this your best? That's question 1. And are you being honest with yourself? All right. Second, have a talk with your future successful self. So I want you to picture what success means to you on stage. All right. Is it winning the overall? Is it getting on stage? Is it putting your best? For me, it's always I want to look better than I did before. Okay, so I want to show improvement over before. So have a conversation with that person. If you had a conversation with that person right now, would you be doing what she or he did to get there? Or was there was a handful of this? We got 12 weeks. That's question number 2. Or action number 2, have a talk with your future successful self. What does she look like? What did she do? What does he look like? What did he do as far as adherence goes? Lastly, ask yourself, is good enough? When I competed again in 2003, I would look at the sweets and the pizza, never fazed me. Because I knew I could eat that stuff and look good, or I can eat it outside of my macros, is what I'm talking about. I can eat it outside of my macros. It's probably still look good. Well, I was so disgusted with where I got to have this breakthrough that good wasn't good enough. So you got to ask yourself in your prep, if you're looking to have a breakthrough, is good enough? And that's not like a demeaning question. Some might say yes, some might say no, some might say, hey, look, I don't want to have a breakthrough. I am not disgusted. These questions don't resonate with me. Great. But if you are looking to break through and have rapid progress in your prep, those are the 3 things. You're going to get brutally honest with yourself. You're going to have a talk with your future successful self that's standing on stage with the physique that you're envisioning. And you're going to ask yourself, is good enough? Are you willing to give up the good for the great? All right, so hopefully this resonates, and hopefully if some of you are like, you know what? I am ready to break through. This is it. Then let's rock and roll. Let's do this, and let's put your future self, let's make that person proud. Let's make that future self, the one that's waiting for you, that's one that's waiting to give you that trophy, to give you that high five for making it on stage. Let's make that person proud. Rock and roll, guys.